Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerds at Large Anime Spring 2021 Gauntlet, or some order of those words.
Yes, you nailed it. You nailed it, dude.
I am one of your hosts, Jeff Mayo.
I am top weeaboo, Darby Hallman.
Seen the most anime out of any of us.
I'm number 2 weeaboo under my sensei, Darby, Alex. Hi.
Then who the hell are you? Jeff is our tsundere. Did I say it right?
He's our big boob Japanese girl.
Yeah. That's who he is.
That yells at you a lot, but it's actually shy.
Yeah. You act really mean and everything, but you're actually really into us. There's a nice love triangle going on here. But
Can I be the yandere?
I need translation.
Of course you can, Alex.
Darby, I already need translation in a minute.
Stalks her boyfriend, or the one who wants to be her boyfriend,
or both. What the hell are we doing here, Jeffrey?
We're gonna watch a buttload of anime, a whole buttload. Potentially, depending on how much you listen to us, I've mentioned that I'm a fan of Team 4-Star. They used to have a show called Anime FMK where they would watch anime throughout a season and then week by week, and then usually at the end of an episode, kill one. So they had to stop watching it. We decided to pretty much do that same thing.
Yes.
With some minor tweaking to it. What we're going to do, we're going to start with the spring 2021 season. We're going to start with 18 anime. That we're going to split between us. We already drafted anime off the recording, but we will go through the list. And, the first week, we're all going to watch one episode of it, come here, reconvene, talk about it. Then we're all going to pick the anime. You get to pick one of your own and then pick one of the other guys' animes.
Yes, so you get one lock from your team that will go over to the main list that everyone has to watch. And then you have to try to sell the other two guys on picking the other two anime you want to pick.
Yep. And then, once that's done, we'll go week by week, talk about all the episodes for all these anime, and then maybe by the end of the episode, kill one. Or make it so we got to stop watching. We don't have the turns that we're going to do for this, but... And
I think we decided we'll do the same thing that they apparently did, where if we want to kill multiple things, we'll just do a roulette wheel to see which one gets the boot. If
we all three vote to kill, that gets the priority. Yeah, and that's when we do the roulette, and then, now that happens, it'll be if two of us just don't like something.
Yep.
That is the way it will go. And we have a general, or I think we decided on the rule, go with this, 3 episodes before we can actually get rid of something. Okay. I know we discussed.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It's going to be pain. It's so much pain. 3 episodes. Oh, God.
Yep, but content.
I'm excited for that first week because it's just going to be chaos with all the different anime that we're talking about, and we won't have each other to lean on. It'll just be us be like, this is garbage, please don't.
Yep. And Alex may or may not, if you say that Alex may want it more.
So if
It depends on how garbage. It needs to be a new level of garbage for me to want it.
There's a certain type of garbage it has to be.
Nothing else that completely interests him.
If you're a crazy person and you want to watch all the 18 anime we have right now at the start, go for it. Or you can just wait for when we narrow it down to 10.
Yes.
Right? 10
well,
is what we're narrowing
yes.
down.
Well, we mentioned we're going to take 3 from each list. What about that 10th anime you might be asking? What we're going to do for that is we're going to just lock in already Megalobox Season 2. Alex and I have watched Season 1. We loved it. We're going to watch it anyway. Figure might as well lock that in. And, we figured it'd be one Darby might like, so we're giving him the homework before we start all this.
And I actually started it just an hour ago. I watched the first episode of Megalobox. That soundtrack, it slaps.
It does slap.
I can already tell that music's going to be pretty darn good.
Yep, so we got at least one good show in this already.
We got to guarantee ourselves one.
Yes.
One shining light there, whatever.
Yep, so let's get into the anime that we are forcing ourselves to watch. Like I said, we did a draft for it where we went one by one and pick it. We ended up 7 anime each, and we had to rule the isekai slot.
Yes.
Because naturally, there are a bunch of them per season, so we gotta lock it down so everyone gets to at least watch one. I mean, it's pretty much a waste, but it'll be funny to have us talk about them.
I'm just upset that when I looked at the list, there are 2 distinct, different slime isekai animes coming out in this season.
One's a sequel.
Yes.
Yes. So it was off limits. We couldn't have 2.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I was kind of thinking sequels are off limits for this stuff.
Except for Alex. Who
Yeah,
gets a
apparently.
sequel, apparently.
Though Alex and I have talked about, we will probably maybe talk about the new My Hero season during this as well as a little extra.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
But we're not going to make Darby catch up and have to do all that.
Yeah, I will not.
Okay, so let's get to it. So yeah, the way it's going to go down, I'm just going to go in the order that we ended up picking this stuff. I'm going to read a description for you, the listener / viewer. And, after that, we'll talk about how we're feeling about this anime and all that kind of stuff, where maybe hype levels are at, or, in some of these cases, how bad we think it's going to be. Let's get into it.
Excited.
So, naturally, with the number 1 pick in the Spring 2021 Nerds at Large Anime Gauntlet draft, Alex chooses What If the Ultimately Evolved Full Dive RPG was a crappier game than reality. Naturally, he uses number 1 pick for the isekai slot.
Of course.
Obviously, with the number 1 overall pick, I try to hit the best show first.
Yes. Now,
So clearly, it had to be an isekai.
yes, we get Alex had to do this because, spoiler alert, Darby and I used our last picks on our isekai slot.
Yeah.
So here's the description. In an unexpected turn of events, Doto High School student Hiro Yuki obtains the full dive role-playing game Kiwami Quest. Created by the best of technology, the game claims to take reality to its extremes, from stunning graphics, NPCs' behavior, to the scent of vegetation, even the sensation of wind brushing against the skin. Everything was the result of an ultimate workmanship, except the game's a little too realistic and messy to clear. Kiwami Quest features over 10 quadrillion flags and reflects the player's real-life physical abilities in the game. Being hit in the game also hurts in real life, and slash wounds take days to heal. The only reward here is the sense of accomplishment. Conquer the most stressful game in history that can't be played casually.
So what you thinking about this, Alex? You pumped?
No one should, whenever we actually pick our 10 anime, this one should not even be close to be considered in the top 10. I'm expecting this to be 16th if we had to pick all 18s. This is awful. This sounds garbage. But I'm glad to have it as my number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
I look forward to watching the first episode.
The poster for it that they decide to use.
There's an ass. There's literally an ass hanging out.
Yeah.
Here, I can show the wonderful people watching the ass.
Okay.
There's the ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, she is just putting that thing out there, isn't she?
Yep.
It almost looks like a harem as well.
Oh yeah, they are crawling all over this man.
It gives me a harem feel. So it's almost everything I hate about anime. So I can't wait to watch it.
Great.
Because you're only going to be watching episode 1 of this, because Alex, you are only going to be watching episode 1 of this. You may not get into.
Oh, of course, this will not be my pick. Obviously,
it better fucking not be.
It literally just looks like she's not wearing pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on.
Thank God.
You don't want to hang on this any longer, Jeff?
No. Darby's first pick. Super Cub.
Let's go, baby.
Second-year high school student Koguma doesn't lead a very interesting life. She has no parents and no friends nor hobbies to keep her daily life busy. One day, she acquires a second-hand Honda Super Cub motorcycle and rides it to school. As time goes by, not only does Koguma have a new adventurous life, but she also forges precious friendship thanks to her precious little motorcycle.
Just good vibes,
Yeah.
I'm just going for the good vibes, Jeff.
You'll notice as we go through this, Darby's about them vibes.
I am about them vibes when it comes to my anime.
Yes.
Literally, it's just that screen right there looks like it's a Euro Camp ad, and that's all I needed.
That's all you need.
That's all I needed. I just want good vibes driving around on the. I just want
this anime off the thumbnail.
I mean, you picked an anime off of a logo, so you know.
True.
We're all desperate out here.
Yep. And just in case I can't remember. I don't think it was actually mentioned during this, but what's going to be fun about this is Dari's pretty much going to double the amount of anime he has watched doing this.
Yep, we did my all time, and I think I got to 12 or 13. So,
yeah, let's go.
That's gonna go up real quick.
Oh yeah. Let me make sure.
But I legitimately do think the art and stuff looks cool. I like how the characters in this like look more realistic and less like exaggerated, crazy anime. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot to mention partly because it hasn't come up yet. For the ones that actually have their streaming service announced in the start date, I have on this list, and I'll say them just so people know. You get hyped. My first pick, Odd Taxi, starting April 6th on Crunchyroll. In a city which should be familiar, there's the feeling of something a little different. Kotokawa is a taxi driver who lives an ordinary life, taxiing some quirky customers around. A slightly eccentric stranger who has no relatives nor any relations with other people, Kotokawa's hobby is to listen to Rakugo on the radio before going to bed. For the time being, the only person who he can consider as friends are his family doctor, Guriki, who is a gorilla, of course, and his high school classmate, Kakihana. Kabasawa, a college student who wants a buzz, Shirakawa, a nurse who's hiding something, comedian group Homo Sapiens, who isn't selling well, the city hoodlum Dobu, and the rookie idol group Mystery Kiss. The conversations with these people, which should not have meant much, lead to a girl who disappeared. So we got a mystery anime with a bunch of talking animals and wacky characters, it looks like.
And really cool looking animation.
Yes.
Very cool looking animation.
This is probably my favorite anime going into the entire season so far. Yeah. This one looks dope.
Yep. It's like, which one am I going to grab first? Because I was the third one. Like, I'll grab Odd Taxi.
We were all three going to grab that. If it was, if no one else did at some point, I knew someone was going to grab that.
I guess the quote unquote worst part about me having this is the fact that, it's going to get picked up by one of us. So it's just going to, if I like something, or, if I like more than potentially 3 animes, be like, okay, well, some things are going to have to get on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, you have less room to grab something random and it to come up, make its way up to your top because you picked too many for sure things.
Yeah, but this
someone
anime looks great.
Sick.
Yeah, and we obviously, I guess listeners can tell this. Obviously, we're looking to this potentially be the highlight of the season.
At least right now, it's looking that way.
Yep.
But you never know. I killed 300 slimes and advanced my level. You never know.
It's true.
You didn't say the full title, Darby.
Because I don't remember the full title.
Don't worry, I'll say the full title later.
Okay.
Okay, going to Alex's second pick, Shadow House.
Oh yeah.
Faceless shadow nobles living in a vast mansion attended by living dolls who spend much of their time cleaning up the soot endlessly emitted by their mysterious masters. The follow the story of Emiliko, a young and cheerful living doll, as she learns her duty serving as attendant for Kate Shadow-sama. So, yeah, that might seem a little slice of life-ish. It probably will be to a point, but the trailer gives off crazy horror vibes that we have.
Very much.
That's the reason I picked it up.
Yep.
For the crazy horror vibes. It's also made by the same people, animated by the same people who did the Fate series and also the people who animated Promised Neverland.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure this is based. I know this is based off something that you kind of look at that child there that Dari has popped up on the screen, and it's like, yeah, that kind of looks like a Promised Neverland character.
Yeah, it does. I can see that. Now, I didn't realize that, but him saying that, I definitely see it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is again weird because I don't think they're actually drawn by the same person. I mean, not
it
always.
Is
not. So that's weird. But yeah, this is definitely. I feel like this is the one most likely to be picked up off Alex's list.
Yes. I am very looking forward to this one.
Yeah, just vibe-wise, this one definitely would surprise me a little bit if it's not at least pretty good.
Yeah, because I imagine this is going to be probably somewhat slow. So unless like Alex comes in and just finds it offensively bad, I don't see why it would slip by all of us.
Yeah. And I think me and Alex are going to have a little bit too much trash to be too picky about Shadow House's slow opening.
Oh, yes.
Speaking of potentially slow openings, and I don't mean that in a bad way, Dragon Goes House Hunting is Darby's number 2.
Let's go. More vibes. Looks cute.
It's going to stream on Funimation. When a dragon fails to live up to the fearsome standards set for him, his family kicks him out. He embarks on a quest to find a new home, but soon finds that life on the road is no place for a cowardly beast of legend. In a fantasy world full of elves, dwarves, and other mythical creatures, where everyone wants a piece of him, literally, the frustrations of house hunting reach a whole new level. I want this to be good so bad. Like, this feels like the most likely to be the kind of wholesome / funny anime of the season.
Yes.
Because you got a bunch of wholesomeness on your thing, but this is the one that's probably going to go more for comedy than...
Probably.
But most of the other things on our list.
Yeah, it's a giant dragon looking for a house. I kind of have my doubts that it's going to be like a super big drama, but you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, when will he find his house? Do you think it'll be at the end of the season, or will it be left on a cliffhanger? Say, find out if he gets his house season 2.
So, you know what would be fun? This might be a manga that's still ongoing, and it ends, like, and Darby just absolutely loves, like, let's say, just focus on Darby here, absolutely loves like he did Love is War, and it's like, okay, I don't know where they're going to go from here, Then the second season comes out, and he's like, oh, this is how, and it's great.
It could be, yeah. I was, like, really worried about Love is War for that same reason, because it was just all based around one central premise, and this seems like a similar type of thing, where it's like, that is the central premise of this whole thing. But I mean, that's a cute and could be funny premise for something. Yeah. I like the way the dragon looks. Now that I'm looking at him, it looks like Dragon Tales almost, but it looks like a super
more realistic-ish,
more better version of Dragon Tales. The Discord's dropping out.
I'm back.
Hello. Oh, where are we? Here it is. Okay, just gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be good.
Yeah.
I feel like for almost all of mine, I'm like, it could be.
Again, I feel like for you and Alex, it's kind of that way for most of your shows, while, again, mine kind of has the more obvious, at least ones that'll probably be picked.
Yeah. I'm just stacking up on the cuteness. I'm just going all in.
Make sure we get some
putting all
Guaranteed.
my tokens.
But somehow we only pick the isekai and shonen looking shit.
We pick 86, and we pick,
No, wait, I forgot. That's impossible. We're getting wholesome... slice of life shit no matter what.
You're getting something.
Yeah.
You'll have to, if you want to get rid of the cuteness, you're going to have to kill it later. You can't smother it in the crib.
All right, my number 2 pick, Joran, the Princess of Snow and Blood. Starting April 6th on Crunchyroll. Set in alternate history Japan in 1931 in the 64th year of the Meiji era, the Tokugawa shogunate was never abolished and Emperor Meiji was never restored to power. The anime will follow the activities of Nue, I think probably pronounced, an organization of shogun executioners who enforce the government. The country has developed its own energy source, the Dragon Vein, has achieved a unique development in which science and the Edo period are mixed. However, behind the glamorous city, the dissonant organization Kushinara strives to overthrow the administration, while the Nue of the Tokugawa regime, who was entrusted with extermination, are in conflict. Sara Yugimura, whose family was killed when she was young, continues to serve for Genome, the executioner of the Nue. So, that seems pretty generic sounding or whatever, and the picture of it, I remember on, that one that we have up on the screen, I just kind of passed by because it sounded like a period piece, which is not bad, but, might have just been more boring-ish. But then Alex and I actually watched the trailer for it, because we watched all trailers for all, 30-ish anime that are premiering this season, because we're madmen. And it's like, oh, wait, this actually looks very interesting and cool. Definitely stood out.
Yeah, I don't think I saw this trailer. But it sounds interesting.
I think Alex showed it too.
Yeah, I showed it to you, Darby. The animation to it looks really, really good.
Okay.
I hope it holds up, because it looked like it was all from the first episode. So
yeah,
nice.
You never know. Some anime will just throw all the budget into the first episode just to lure you in, and the rest of it's just
will that work for us? Because we're only watching one episode before we dive in.
So is it still a period piece that just looks like a good one, or did it have some crazy thing that you're talking about?
Things.
Yeah, okay. It's crazy things. So,
yeah.
There was literally a lizard creature in the first one.
All right.
In the first trailer that I saw, it was what?
Well, the premise sounded interesting, if not, maybe slightly,
interesting,
typical,
kind of thing, but it'll be obviously more exaggerated and not in the necessarily shown in anime way, at least based off the trailer.
Yeah,
like some of my other series that will come up.
There'll be plenty of room for the shonen anime bullshit.
Yes, Alex's number 3 pick, To Your Eternity, starting April 12th on Crunchyroll, which is probably going to be the last show on this list to premiere. It, a mysterious immortal being, is sent to Earth with no emotions nor identity. However, it is able to take the shape of those around that have a strong impetus. At first, it is a sphere. Then it imitates the form of a rock. As the temperature drops and snow falls atop the moss, it inherits the moss. When an injured lone wolf comes limping by and lays down to die, it takes on the form of the animal. Finally, it gains consciousness and begins to traverse the empty tundra until it meets a boy. The boy lives alone in a ghost town which the adults abandoned long ago in search of the paradise said to exist far beyond the endless sea of white tundra. However, their efforts were for naught, and now the boy is in a critical state. Acquiring the form of the boy, it sets off on a never-ending journey in search of new experiences, places, and people.
The trailer to this one did not give a lot away.
Yeah.
But it did show the spear thing that it, as a polar bear.
Yeah, like it actually transforming, stuff. Yeah, and the animation looked nice and all that. Like
it looked really nice.
It's apparently a very long manga. And I remember seeing it when Alex and I looked it up. This season for this one is 20 episodes. So hypothetically, if this one lived, like if it got picked and lived, it would automatically, if we were to do this again, go to the next season.
Okay. All right.
That's just the way we'll do it, if that's the way we want to do it. But yeah, this one looks interesting.
Dope.
Yep. It's not much to say about it because the description's kind of short and the trailer did not give a lot away because a lot of mine that I picked were just going off a gut feeling.
Yeah, and the trailer, the poster stuff kind of saw different characters of it's literally them, this sphere kind of traveling the world. So it just, this could be really interesting.
Yep.
It might remind me of Kina's Journey in a way, but hopefully better.
Yeah, Kina's Journey was great.
Yeah. Okay, going back to the, wholesomeness of Darby's list, number 3 pick, let's make a mug 2. The city of...
Specify, it's not 2 the number 2, it's TOO.
Yes.
We are making a mug as well.
Yes. Yep. The city of Tajimi, located in the southern part of Gifu Prefecture, Japan, is famous for amino earthenware. The city is dotted with historical pottery producers and ceramic art museums. It has facilities where you can try your hand at making pottery, and many restaurants that serve food on aminoware dishes. The story begins when a high school girl moves to a shopping street in Tajimi. Many encounters await her: friends, townsfolk, ceramic art, etc. What will she discover in a town famous for ceramic?
Famous for ceramic.
I didn't know that was in the description. Oh my god.
Mugs and friends. What more do y'all need? Why are we laughing?
Because
this is his 3rd round pick.
This is like a Derby anime.
Does it? I don't know.
Based on your... we have a limited scope on you. We'll get a better idea.
I have a limited scope on me.
We'll get a better idea as this season goes on. Which that's going to be half the fun for me and Alex. How far can we push you?
The animation to this also looked like it was made in the late 90s. It was very slow and stilted. It doesn't mean the story's bad. That just means I don't think this is a big animation company behind this as well.
No, probably not. No, probably not. And I can almost guarantee you there will be no story.
We told her to try and make a mug.
Yeah, they're just gonna make a mug.
I just really hope the main girl just sucks. Imagine she just makes a mug the first episode.
Yeah, they'd be like, all right, bye. I'm like, all right, then what's the point in watching it? Kill it. Who cares? They made the mug. No, we're gonna see all the other things they make, and then we're gonna be waiting on the mug the whole season. It's gonna be like, oh, when's that mug coming? It's like, this is great. You made some great pottery, but when is that mug?
I hope the storyline is, we're a couple months away from Mother's Day, and this girl just really makes the perfect mug for her mother. And, you know, it's her doing her best. At the end of the season, that's when she goes for the mug.
You probably nailed it. You probably just like described the entire anime.
And then it fucking sucks, so they gotta do a second season. She gotta make one for Christmas.
Yeah.
I need a training arc. I need a mug making tournament arc. Derby,
yes.
I hope you know if you mentioned that. Like,
a tournament
that is
arc.
a thing. Like, they hint at some kind of tournament.
Oh yeah, if she's going to a mug making competition and inserting this in here, we're keeping this damn anime. Okay, we're keeping this shit.
Do you agree with that,
I can't wait
Alex?
for the mug making beach anime. I can't wait for them.
I can't wait to give this best mug at the end of this.
Yes.
This whole thing. I mean,
but I can't wait to be a better mug in Odd Taxi.
yeah, I know. Yep. That'll be the worst part.
It's like, that's a good mug. Okay. My number 3 pick. The World Ends With You. Starting April 9th on Funimation. Neku Sakuraba, a 15-year-old boy with a hobby for music and graffiti, wakes up in what seems to be the Shibuya shopping district of Tokyo, Japan. I can't believe they're copying Persona 5.
Yeah, what the hell?
With no idea why he's there, he opens his hand to realize he is holding a strange black pen. After flipping it with his hand, the thoughts of the people surrounding him begins to flow into his head at once. Surprised, Neku discovers he is able to read the minds of others and assumes it has something to do with the black pen he is holding. A cell phone starts to ring in his pocket, and he can't tell whether it is his or not. A text message appears. Reach 104. You have 60 minutes. Fail and face erasure. The Reapers. After discovering he can't delete the message, a timer of 60 minutes imprints onto his right hand. Neku's in Shibuya to play the Reapers game, which spans a total of 7 days. All players of the Reapers game have a black pen with a skull embedded on it. So yeah, so this is obviously based on the Square Enix game The World Ends With You. Just it's retelling the story of the game, and none of us have played said game that I'm aware of.
No, I have not. And you were definitely the one that's probably been the most interested in playing.
Indeed.
For sure.
And there's definitely an anime where they are copying the style of the game, which is great.
Which is good. No, yeah I think that...
There's a unique style to it, which is part of the reason people love it so much. And they are just pretty much using that for the anime.
I certainly think this one has potential because the music and everything behind The World Ends With You seems really cool. The kind of like hip hop thing and the art style.
Fears based on the trailers is we see them fighting stuff, which is to be expected. But depending how they use like the actual like game combat in the, I mean, I know that's a weird thing to say. Like how much they kind of focus on that kind of stuff, it could be kind of a drag. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, when they adapt things like this, do they normally just go hardcore to try to make it like a video game anime, or do they just tell the story? Because it just seems like they would just tell the story.
It depends on the thing. I'm just saying, like that's something I saw because they show a good bit of monsters flying and then kind of doing whatever attacks they do.
I at least think it'll have style. Will it have much more than that?
Yeah, but the Persona anime has style, and the Persona anime is not nearly as good as the game.
That is very, very true.
Like the bad thing about these games, the anime adaptations, the pacing a lot of times because they're trying to just keep up. Because in the video game, like at least you have combat that like goes from cutscene to cutscene, so you're not getting overflowed with all the information. In these like anime, like a lot of times, like it just doesn't flow as nice a lot of times. So that's my one fear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that Persona anime was really bad.
I agree. I tried to watch some of it and I really did not like it. Yep.
Alex's number 4 pick, SSSS Denzin. Whatever. It is a sequel to SSSS Gridman. That's all I've got. There's no actual description for this thing.
Nope. It's giant mechs fighting each other. Looks like Gundam, but with if you're a fan of Studio Trigger.
Yeah, let's say Studio Trigger.
Yep. It looks. Hopefully, it's more Gurren Lagann than it is. What was that other Trigger mech anime that was bad?
Darling in the Franxx.
Darling in the Franxx. Hopefully it's more Gurren Lagann than Darling in the Franxx.
Did you get it, Alex? It's a metaphor for sex.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
We got it. I think we got it. I don't know what the metaphor in this one's going to be.
Yeah.
Will it be sex again?
That all they got?
Fuck, please no.
I want it to be a metaphor for wholesome relationships with your bros.
It could be. I'll be down with that. That was kind of Gurren Lagann.
I'm pretty sure that's Final Fantasy 15.
Not even joking.
And only Final Fantasy 15.
Yes. I mean, I don't think they're piloting giant mechs in there, but maybe they are. I don't know.
I'm sure they fought a mech.
Probably. And they cooked some food and took some pictures.
Yep. Art style and stuff looks good. I'll be interested to see. Aren't the robots supposed to be CG?
They are. It doesn't look great. The CG.
So you're saying it's perfect?
Yeah, they look kind of bad, but hopefully the rest of it's good enough to ignore that fact.
I got a feeling this is going to be a show that, unless Alex says it's absolutely amazing, it will completely rely on him picking it.
Probably. That also relies on VV being good. If VV's good, then no, I'm not picking this one.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the hell VV is.
Alex is. It's now that Shadow House definitely has to be in there, and if it came down to me and there was nothing else,
I feel like
I would probably pick Shadow House. But after seeing that VV trailer, I want this to be a part of our thing. I want to know what the hell's going on.
Well, then you gotta pick it, Darby.
I know. I might.
Yep. All right. Darby's number 4 pick.
Oh gosh, we're back to me again.
Farewell, my dear Kramer. Starting April 4th, with no soccer accomplishment to speak of during the entirety of Samure Sou's junior high school years, the young wing gets an odd offer. Sue's main rival, Midori Shoshizaki, invites her to join up on the same team in high school with a promise that she'll never let Sue play alone. It's an earnest offer, but the question is whether Sue will take her up on it. Thus, the curtain opens on a story that collects an enormous cast of individual soccer-playing personalities.
This is by far, I think, the one I'm least interested in. I think the animation doesn't look great. Those faces look kind of rough. I think this is one of those I didn't really know a whole lot about, so I was like, hey, y'all, what should I pick? And I was like, I completely understand why this was put up there, It's and it could be good. Who knows? But there's nothing about it that's, jumping out and striking me,
It looks like the worst one on your list.
I think so.
Yeah.
I agree.
Including the isekai?
Well, that could have some entertainment value.
True.
And how bad it is. I think this will just be
It's there.
It looks like it's playing it too straight to be funny, honestly.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's trying to do too serious of a show.
I need at the end of episode 1, Dar, I need you to tell me a character gets in a tragic accident.
It might. And a tragic accident, and all their lips get burnt. And that's why their lips look like that. Every character in the entire anime gets their lips burnt.
Yes.
Oh, is this the anime with the weird lips?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah. Well, it probably won't survive, so don't worry.
Yep. All right, my number 4 pick. Shaman King. Shamans are extraordinary individuals with the ability to communicate with ghost spirits and gods, which are invisible to ordinary people. The Shaman Fight, a prestigious tournament pitting shamans from all over the world against each other, is held every 500 years, where the winner is crowned Shaman King. The title allows the current incumbent to call upon the Great Spirit and shape the world as they see fit. Finding himself late for class one night, Manta Ayamada, an ordinary middle school student, decides to take a shortcut through the local cemetery. Noticing him, a lone boy sitting on a gravestone invites Manta to stargaze with them. Realizing that them refers to the boy and his ghostly friends, Manta flees in terror. Later, the boy introduces himself as Yo Asakura, a shaman in training, and demonstrates his powers by teaming up with the ghost of 600-year-old samurai Amidomaru to save Manta from a group of thugs. Yo befriends Manta due to his ability to see spirits. With the help of Amidomaru, they set out to accomplish Yo's goal of becoming the next Shaman King. So yeah, this is a remake of Shaman King from the 90s, early 2000s anime or whatever. Retelling that because if I'm not mistaken, I think this might have been kind of a Full Metal Alchemist situation.
I believe so, yes.
So it got an anime only ending, so they're just gonna follow the manga, just straight. But I think the anime got through most of it at least. I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, I love this series.
Exactly remember.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Oh, that's to say, I don't really remember how far the anime went.
Yeah.
Diverged.
Yeah. So,
But y'all seem to, every time y'all talk about this, y'all seem like y'all have nostalgia for it, but y'all seem like y'all don't think that it's gonna hold up. Is the vibe I'm getting from you? Both of you.
It's not necessarily that, and more that just it's partly with my list. I just might not pick it just for your sake. Because I feel like this is one you're just not gonna like because it is a shonen ass shonen.
Yeah, I mean, I have my mug. I mean, it'll be fine.
I mean, we'll see how it goes. If I just don't care for the rest of this, I'll just add it in there forever. I might watch it on my own, but
it definitely seems like I still was getting a vibe from y'all. They're like, yeah, Shaman King, huh? I don't know. It's like,
yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes with the stuff, but when they do remakes and stuff, all this stuff, and it has been a while since
Yeah, I just don't remember enough about Shaman King, so I don't even know if I would like it if I rewatched it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, the 90s one I probably wouldn't like, but the remake, I'm not sure. Unless the animation is just so, top tier that I'm just, in love with it, but...
Well, I don't see honestly, Dari, actually, that just made me remember. That was, I remember when we were talking about a part of my fear, because this is probably going to be like a Dragon Ball, Digimon, Pokemon situation where it's not going to be season based. I don't know that 100%, but I can see this not being.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Sorry. I mean, it keeps on going. It doesn't actually stop. Instead of My Hero, it's One Piece.
Right, gotcha.
And the animation might suffer, and if that's the case,
and
unfortunately, I may not get that from the first episode, so we'll see.
Yeah, so
get that feeling.
It could get cut later, it's fine.
Oh yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Who is the animation company behind this? I actually don't see anything listed. It's honestly a big tell. If there's no big animation company listed, it might be multiple animation companies working on it.
Producers is King Records, but I don't know.
Studio Bridge. Or Bridge.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
I'm clicking on them. Let's see what they've done. They've done Fairy Tail. Fairy Tail? Yep.
Does Fairy Tail look alright? I don't know.
Not necessarily. It doesn't look awful.
Again, Fairy Tail's one of those
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, then there we go.
They're golden then.
Yep. Okay, yeah. So we'll see. Alex's number 5 pick. Vivi, Fluorite Eyes Song, starting April 3rd. So yeah, no description for this, but we actually got a trailer today, so we were able to actually watch it before we started recording. And that definitely got Darby's interest up in this series.
Well, let's hear from Alex, the man himself, who's going to be watching the damn show.
It's about an android who sings songs to make people happy. And then she finds this bear who tells her that the world's going to end because of AI in 100 years. So she must use her songs to save humanity from the AI. I don't know anything besides that. I think that's what the trailer was. I don't know.
I mean, there's a decent chance Darby or I picked this.
I think you know enough. I want this in. I want this in, dude.
It's one of those things
I do too.
Yeah. The description wise, but again, I just want to hold that little asterisk or thing of if Alex comes out this doesn't seem good.
I feel like we need something that's garbage, but we all want to are so desperate to know how it ends.
You know what? That's true. This could be that show. It could be good or it could be King's Game. Oh boy, King's Game.
We need our King's Game, It wouldn't feel right if we did. We do need our
King's Game. So I hope I'm going to lock in if they make another King's Game anime.
Please.
I just have to. So yeah, I'm interested in this one. In a similar vein, I guess, Darby's number 5 pick, 86.
86.
That's just the name of it. Here's the description. The Republic of San Magnolia. For a long time, this country has been besieged by its neighbor, the Gladian Empire, which created a series of unmanned drones called the Legion. After years of painstaking research, the Republic finally developed autonomous drones of their own, turning the one-sided struggle into a war without casualties, or at least that's what the government claims. In truth, there is no such thing as a bloodless war. Beyond the fortified walls protecting the 85 Republic territories lies the non-existent 86 sector. The young men and women of this forsaken land are branded the 86 and, stripped of their humanity, pilot the unmanned weapons into battle. Shin directs the actions of a detachment of the young 86ers while on the battlefield. Lena is a handler who commands a detachment from the remote rear of the help of special communication. The farewell story of the severe and sad struggle of these two begins.
So I think this anime has a very good chance of being generic and just not interesting, and it goes away. But I also think that premise is pretty cool, like, and could be done in a cool way with this whole keeping secret government shit, secret whatever, like piloting mechs and or whatever type of thing that's going on, like people being sacrificed, and it's like there's cool stuff going on there.
Yeah.
That I think. So wait, so is she like an android or an AI or something?
No, I think she's just a high up a commander.
She's just a regular person. Okay.
Yeah. I think she's like maybe a lieutenant or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the commander dress, Jeff.
Yeah. All commanders, regardless of gender.
Of course.
Regardless of protagonist status.
Yes. Yep.
Honestly, it really depends on this main character is like interesting or not. She seems kind of bland from the trailer, but
for sure
she could be interesting. But
I have a feeling it's going to be kind of interesting plot that is not told super in a super great way, right? It's just gonna be too serious and not, I don't know. So, but I think it has some level of potential.
Yeah. Well, speaking of potential, am I right? A romantic comedy where the childhood friend absolutely will not lose. Okay.
Is it this one?
No.
Okay.
That's the creepy one.
Okay.
I think it's higher up, Darby.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Go down. It's the one in the middle there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Description time. My childhood friend, Shida Kuroha, seems to have feelings for me. She lives next door and is small and cute. With an outgoing character, she's the caring Oni-san type. This being one of her greatest strengths. But I already have my first love, the beautiful idol of our school and the award-winning author, Kashi Shirokusa. Thinking about it rationally, I should have no chance with her, but while walking home from school, she only talks to me with a smile even. I might actually have a chance, don't you think? Or so I thought, but then I heard that Shirokusa already has a boyfriend, and my life took a turn for the worse. I want to die. Why is it not me? Even though she was my first love. As I was drowning in despair and depression, Korra whispered, "If it's that tough for you, then how about we get revenge? The best revenge ever, that is."
I've heard you read this like 4 different times now.
Yeah.
And like I feel like I'm unlocking more and more layers every time. That time I got strong Doki Doki Literature Club vibes. Where it's just like it's getting darker and darker.
I don't think it'll go that way. Maybe
I don't either.
I don't know.
I don't either, but
if I get some of those vibes like while watching by the end of the first episode, I will make that very clear.
Yeah, well, to be clear, I don't think so either. I think it's just going to be a really bad rom-com with probably lots of
but it could be fun to dunk on for one episode.
He's probably going to trip and fall and land underneath some girl's skirt, and she's like, "Hey, you pervert!" That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, and she like kicks them across the the room, and then she like blushes like she actually enjoyed it or some shit.
Yeah,
I know this works.
Like she came after watching him down the hallway.
You're going to pick this from my list, right, Alex?
Looks like the best one on it.
Okay, good. I'm glad someone agrees. Okay, Alex's number 6 pick. Mars Red, starting April 5th on Funimation. Mars Red takes place in 1923, and vampires have existed for quite a while. But now the number of vampires is increasing, and a mysterious artificial blood source called Askra has appeared. The Japanese government in turn creates Code Zero, a unit within the government tasked with taking down the vampiric forces. What better way to track vampires than by using vampires? Created by Lieutenant General Nakajima, this unit has historically been in the business of information war, but has been reassigned to solve the vampire crisis. So no, you go ahead. It's your anime.
I picked this one because like the description seems very, very anime, but the little bit of like trailer that we had looks like it could have potential. But if not, I didn't. That's the reason I picked it near the end. Like This thing could just be absolutely garbage. And
I feel like it's one of
nothing
those
redeemable.
anime that's going to be very mediocre but very popular.
Yeah.
Like that guy with the iPads there, we will see people cosplay as them on Twitter.
It looks angsty.
The designs to the show that I've seen so far have not looked like too inspiring so far to me.
A lot of vampire media, I feel like, is not my jam. I can be. I'm not down with the concept of vampires, but I feel like the way that they're done a lot of times in these, the angsty teen vampire is just not something I'm super into. I honestly completely forgot about this one. I remember all the rest of the things that anime we've talked about. I completely don't remember this whatsoever.
Yeah.
Are they on Mars?
No.
Okay. Well.
Or maybe they are. I don't know. I say that.
Vampires on Mars. That might make it a little more interesting.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Dark's number 6 pick. Masaru no Oto, Those Snow White Notes. Starting April 2nd. Shamisen is a traditional Japanese musical instrument that looks similar to a guitar. Teenager Saramura Setsu's grandfather, who raised him, and his older brother Wakana, recently passed away. His grandfather was one of the greatest samisen players, and the two siblings grew up listening to him play and learning to play the instrument. Since their grandfather's death, Setsu dropped out of high school, moved to Tokyo, and has been drifting, not knowing what to do besides playing his shamisen. That's when his successful and rich mother, Yumiko, storms into his life and tries to shape Setsu up. She enrolls him back into high school, but little does Setsu know that he's about to rediscover his passion for shamisen.
Yeah, this is what I feel like I know like the least about of any of these, but music.
What else is there to know? His grandfather died and he's going to play a musical instrument.
I mean, that's a simple enough premise that it can probably, again, has the potential to be done well. You know, like it could just be a simple music emotional journey with this boy. It also could be very just kind of whatever, you know. I don't know, but the art looks good enough. Simple premise, hard to fuck up. Who knows?
As long as the music's good. That's the main thing for this type of show.
Yep.
Music must be good.
Agree. I think this is one of those that could be a surprise one to go up, but I'm not like super excited about it because I just don't feel like I have a lot to go on off of it. It almost has to be a surprise one, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. My number 6 pick, Tokyo Revengers, starting April 10th on Crunchyroll. Takamichi Hanagaki's life is at an all-time low. Just when he thought it couldn't get worse, he finds out that Hinata Tachibana, his ex-girlfriend, was murdered by the Tokyo Manji Group, a group of vicious criminals that have been disturbing society's peace for quite some time. Wondering where it all went wrong, Takamichi suddenly finds himself traveling through time, ending up 12 years in the past, Darby, when he was still in a relationship with Hinata. Realizing he has a chance to save her, Takamichi resolves to infiltrate the Tokyo Meiji gang and climb the ranks in order to rewrite the future and save Hinata from her tragic fate.
I like the description of this one. This one sounds like it'd be really, really cool.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're the one with the anime. What you think?
Yeah, it sounds like it could be interesting. Maybe I should have spread the love and let Alex get it like he was probably about to. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yes, I think it's one of the more interesting premises of any of these.
But based on I wouldn't have gotten this stuff based off the trailer we watched. I was confused about who the protagonist is. I saw like 2 different guys in there that look like protagonists. I know this is time travel, but they look about the same age. So
is that a Nazi flag in the background? What do I have here?
Yes. That doesn't look like a swastika.
What's going on?
What anime are we watching? What the fuck?
Tokyo.
I'll let you guys know.
Okay, I'll back out of this. I don't know what I'm on. Did I go back into Nazi Germany?
No.
Is that the main protagonist guy?
Yes.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, we'll see what that is.
I'll let y'all know. This could be the shonen pick.
This could be the one.
The shonen pick.
All right. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe he goes and punches some Nazis, but he definitely was wearing Nazi attire there. So who knows?
It might just be the gang he's trying to infiltrate being edgy.
Maybe.
Let's hope that's it.
Okay.
Now it's time for the final picks, which are obviously going to be the best picks for all of us. Because, if you've been paying attention what I said, or you paid attention to what I said earlier, Darby and I saved our Isekai picks for last. So, yeah. But first, we got to do Alex's pick, the magical girl pick, of course. Blue Reflection Ray, starting April 10th. A clear summer sky spreads over the Hoshinomiya Girls' High School. This story begins with the belated start of high school life for Hinako Shirai, who has just recovered from a leg injury due to a tragic accident. The magical sisters Yuzu and Lime, I'm sure it's pronounced differently, but I'm just going to say Lime, bestowed her with a special power to become a reflector. Hinako transforms into the magical reflector form and protects the world from devastating forces for the sake of the world and her own dream that she thought she had given up on. And this is apparently like a mobile game or a video game. This is at least from a video game. I'm assuming mobile.
The trailer to this anime shows none of the magical girl stuff and just shows girls looking at each other, looking scared. And it also has like pull up an image of the show. It has a filter over all the animation, which it looks like it's oversaturated and hurts my eyes. Like it looks awful.
It looks like visual novel-esque in the trailers that I saw, like in a really weird way.
Everything looks super washed out for some reason. Like whenever you look at the show, like I don't understand what's happening.
So Alex, you don't have much faith in the show's going to be the one, right?
It looks like a shoujo type anime, but it doesn't even show the magical girl stuff. I just see that through the video game trailer for it. No, I don't think this one's getting picked. It looks bad.
Maybe it'll surprise them. Maybe. Like, guys, Shadow, whatever the hell, get it out of here. Blue Reflection.
But Darby, do you think that I've been killing slime for 300 years and maxed out my level will be surprising for you?
Lock it in. My pick. Let's go.
It starts April 10th on Crunchyroll. Suddenly dying from overwork, salary woman Azusa Aizawa finds herself before an angel who allows her to reincarnate into a new world as an immortal witch, where she spends her days killing slimes for money on otherwise eternal vacation. But even the minimal experience points of slimes will add up after hundreds of years, and Azusa discovers that she's accidentally reached the maximum level. Fearing that her strong abilities will attract work and force her back into life of overexertion, she decides to hide her strength in order to preserve her peaceful lifestyle. Despite her efforts, tales of the max level witch of the plateau spread across the land, and a proud dragon named Reika shows up looking to test their strength against her. Even though Azusa defeats and befriends Reika, problems arise as both friends and foes come looking for the secluded witch. Finally, an anime.
Finally. So quality.
I kind of zoned out for a second, and I can't tune back in, and I had no clue what was happening. I'm not gonna lie.
We got our first actual anime on this list.
Finally.
Wow. So at number 17, it's the 17th anime we've talked about, and finally we got one.
We got one. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we got one.
I think we should lock it in here, guys. Instead of 10 anime, we watch this 10 times a week.
Let's go, man. What if we did like a gag episode where we just like nothing but slimes? I don't know if y'all have Google searched this, but there are a lot of just big boob anime girls getting into shenanigans.
Yep.
All over the place.
Quality show.
I was about to say, we got some quality content in here. Finally, look at all of the estrogen going on in the slime world. Do y'all just have like a visceral reaction when you hear they suddenly die and wake up in? Did both of you just like kind of lose a piece of yourself?
Yeah, kind of.
That's how I know it's probably not a good show.
But look, her new body.
Yep.
We can move on.
Okay. The final show. My final pick and my isekai pick The Saint's magic power is omnipotent. Starting April 6th on Funimation. Sai, a 20-year-old office worker, This sounding very familiar, is whisked away to a whole new world. Unfortunately for Sai, the ritual that summoned her meant to produce a saint who would banish dark magic brought 2 people over instead of 1. And everyone prefers the second girl over Sai. But this is just fine by Sai, who leaves the royal palace, set up shop making potions and cosmetics with her newfound magic. Business is booming, and this might not be such a bad life. After all, as long as her supposed sainthood doesn't come back to haunt her.
Yeah. Just seems like a Wikipedia entry, whatever, poster boy thing for isekai.
So, Darby, at the very least, trying to look at the bright side of this.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 isekais we got, they have female protagonists and they are harems.
That's a win.
That is a win.
That's a win right there. We somehow dodged that bullet. Don't know how we did that.
Yes. And, we'll only have to watch it for a week.
Yeah. I mean, I do think my anime is not a harem, but I do think it's going to be, again, big boob anime girls rolling around in a grass field for 30 minutes a week, and I think that's going to be literally the entire show.
At least, the picture for mine is not, immediately, this is going to, it's going to be offensive. I didn't, I saw that and didn't think it was going to be an isekai.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
And wasn't this the one where the trailer was literally just establishing shots of scenery, and that was it?
Well, then they showed a picture of a girl doing that. At least so far, it doesn't look like I'll have to do the worst of isekai or go through the worst of it.
Yeah, probably be inoffensive. No way it's probably getting picked, but it'll be there. But see, at least my slime thing, there's going to be content from that. I'm going to come back with things to say, one way or the other,
Alex, we got Darby to watch a slime anime. We did it.
Nice. It only took 20 years.
Yep.
That was the goal.
Yep, so 18 anime. Or, I'm sorry, 21 anime.
Did we get Alex's? Yeah. Alex's, so that was the last one?
I feel like I've been saying 18. Yeah, 21 anime we're going to
I've been thinking it's 18 as well. I was like, wait a second. I didn't even count the isekai as anime for some reason.
As you should.
They shouldn't exist, that's why.
Technically 22 if you count Megalobot.
Yes. We'll be talking about a lot of freaking anime in, 6 weeks, I guess it'll be, roughly. So unfortunately, we got or at least 6 weeks of recording. I don't know when it's actually going up, but yeah, we'll have a lot of stuff to watch.
Yeah. What does everybody think about their respective teams and the anime they're going to be forced to watch?
Mine. Oh God.
Well, I was going to say, at least with mine, we're talking about potentially, mine have some obvious ones, so that's probably a good sign. From my list in comparison, mine has too many obvious.
But that's no fun,
Yeah. But I gotta watch the rom-com.
You do.
Nearly all of mine had 30-second trailers, and the ones that had longer trailers made me even more confused. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Sounds golden for this type of thing.
Yeah.
And I just went hardcore on one type of anime, and I think a lot of them are probably not going to be good, but I'm hoping.
And 86 randomly.
And an 86. Variety.
Yeah.
Some variety. One variety.
Just one variety today, please.
You got a sports anime in there as well.
I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, with everything I've seen, you would be forgiven for not even knowing that it was a soccer anime, because most of the shots and stuff I've seen do not have soccer in it. Does not have soccer in it, so
it's where they got Seinfeld Kramer to play soccer.
Yeah, I'll say that's the one thing I'm excited about. Is I'm just hoping for a George cameo.
Yeah.
That's just honestly what I'm hoping for.
Real thing though, imagine there was an anime with Kramer in it. I mean, that'd be a lock, right?
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
I think Kramer knows what anime is. I'm not going to use his real name because.
I'm gonna go with yes. Or at least seen pictures of it, because he's probably ended up seeing memes of Kramer within anime.
Yeah, do you think anime was ever brought up in a Seinfeld episode?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not. Yep, I think there's going to be some bad anime in here, but I think there's some shining lights. I don't think it's as abysmal as we maybe thought it was when we were just like glancing over the list. There's a lot of abysmal shit, but I think
because the worst shit we decided not to pick.
Yes. Yeah.
I shaved and brought home a high school girl.
I mean,
no one got that one.
Yeah, it's really a shame.
Darn.
Biggest disappointment is this whole thing.
That is a very big disappointment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can look forward to weekly Anime Gauntlet starting in the first or second week of April. And yeah, that'll be weekly where we will discuss the episodes of all the animes that we've put together that we all have to watch and decide whether we want to keep or kill any of them. And we'll go through the whole thing until the end and just see what remains standing. I'm very interested to see how many anime we have left on here by the end.
Yeah,
will be very interesting. There's a few locks, I think, like Odd Taxi, Megalobox. Be shocked if any of those went off, but it's gonna be fun. Yes. Anime content and nerds at large. I'm gonna double my anime account. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but thank you guys. Make sure you tune in week 1.
Yeah. You definitely want to watch week 1. We're gonna watch all the worst shit.
Of course. Bye.
Bye.